start week 11 of the NFL season with a good one here between the Denver Broncos and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And Sanders now to return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll drop the throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A toss play, Gordon, and an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Completes it to Benjamin. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. On second down, Taylor. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game and you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get?
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now. Taylor. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jack. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know, I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to let it go end zone for now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run. It's Lindsey. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Flushed out right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31-32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. Evades him at the 20. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. 2nd and 4. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Set. 60 outlaw. Drop deep. Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now a carry for Lindsey. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Denzel Perryman coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They'll look to throw. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Denver. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Buying time to his left. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. It's complete to Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Chargers first down.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Check. Crunch.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 14. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. That's incomplete, nearly another pick. My goodness. The Broncos on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll set up the throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They're going with Lindsey, and this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Taylor, he completes it to Henry. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. This is the tight end Fant. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy. Because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Taylor to throw. Dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big pickup of 38. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Tyrod Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's caught by Bryant. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays. But the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Taylor. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Sanders.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the home team here, it's a 2nd win on the year now as they move to 2-8. And now they'll have a...
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Better keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. On play action, it's Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Murray. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. Room past the 20. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. It makes it manageable now.
Murray going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
With it is Brown. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward only for about a couple there. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. This is a counter play. Eckler. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Down. Hey, hold on. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check the backer. Check the backer.
They'll try to pound it in with Goldman. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Wayne Goldman, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. He's coming. Double up, double up.
The toss out to Barkley. And an alley to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Here we go, let's bring it.
They go play action here on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. DJ Moore with his second touchdown of the game and fifth on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much big.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Going on the ground with Eckler. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
To throw on 3rd down. Murray forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
But if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running.
Watch the check 3.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
He's going to look deep down the field into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Going top shelf for... That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford. Ebron caught left side. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Stafford on first down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Stafford. He's going to look deep for more. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for DJ Moore. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The final shot before the break, Stafford. He sets up the screen to Jones. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, 50. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check 99. Check 99.
Now Jones. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Lady. 6 right there, 56. You tighten up.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Alert! Pilot, 64, read. 56 is the 20. Got you, boy. I got you.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
Brings up 4th down and
1.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Hey, come on, come on, Mike, 56, Mike, 56. Hey.
They snap it to Stafford. And this is caught. He hits more. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Malcolm Smith, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Hey, yellow lady! Yellow lady! Let him know. Let him know. Light 56.
3rd and long, it's Stafford. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Stafford now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, Murray. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You better be in front of me. Shoot.
It's Eckler again. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the 13-year man puts it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been They didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. And now he'll tuck it and run. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw, it's Murray. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's got this down to the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Sponge! No! Hey! 56.
On the run, it's Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. This is Barkley. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Watch the slant. Kill. Check three. Alert! 56. Hey. Right there. 56. Hey, defense.
On third down, Barkley. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Brings up second and 12 at the 22-yard line.
Watch the out. Sit on. 56 to Muck, boys. 56. Check 56.
Now Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So this one, a victory.